Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the second problem of May LeetCode challenge on LeetCode. So this is the day 2 problem. The name of the problem is Jewels and Stones. Let's read the problem statement. So problem statement is you are given a string J representing the type of stones that are jewels and S representing the stones you have. Each character in S is a type of stone you have. You want to know how many of the stones you have are also jewels. One more thing is given that letter in J are guaranteed distinct and all character in J and S are letters only. And letters are case sensitive also. So what it is given, we are given a string, suppose this one, S is equal to A, capital A, B, 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 and B. And we are given one more string that is J, which is A, comma A, for example. Now, the first string is a list of stones that we have. The second string is just denoting that which stones are jewels actually, and all the values in this string will be distinct. Now our task is to find that how many number of jewels are in this string or how many numbers of jewels are in string S. So how can we do that? See, a very basic approach is that we will iterate over all the values or over all the stones in string S. So we can write something like this: for character C in S. Now we are iterating over all the stones. Now what we will do, we will check if this character is in J, or simply we can say we are iterating over all the stones in string S. We are iterating over all the stones in string S, and then we are checking whether this stone, that is C, exists in J or not, or whether this stone C is a jewel or not. If it is a jewel, what we will do? We will do count plus 1. Count plus is equal to 1, and we can initialize the value of count is equal to 0 initially. Let's see how it will work. What we will do, we'll start iterating from here. So first of all, the value of C will be this small a. Now we will check whether this A exists in this J or not. So now we will check, yes, A exists. So if C in J, so if A exists, then what we will do, we will increase the value of count by 1. So we will say count is equal to 1. Again, we move on to the next character, that is capital A. We check whether this capital A exists in J or not. Yes, A exists in J. So we will increase the count by 1 again. So now we have the value of count as 2. Again, for the next character, that is capital A, we check whether this character is in J or not. Yes, capital A is in J. So again, we will increase the value of count by 1. So it is 3 now. Next, we will move on to B. We will check B whether this exists in J or not. So no, B does not exist in J. So we will do nothing, and we will continue it till the end because there all the letters are B and B does not exist in J. So finally what we will do, we will return the value of count. That will be our answer. But what is the time complexity? The time complexity for this will be for the first loop, since we are iterating over all the stones in string S, it will be O of n if n is the length of stone string. And then for each stone, we are checking whether this stone exists in J or not. Now, the query time in a string will be to check whether this exists or not. It will be O of m. If the length of J is m, then query time for any character in J will be O of m because there are m characters. So the total runtime will be, here we can write O of m. So the total time complexity of this algorithm will be O of n cross m. So can we optimize it a little bit more? So first thing is we are iterating over all the stones in string S. So that we have to do anyway, that is compulsory because we have to check each character. But this m, that can be optimized. What we are doing here is for each stone, we are checking whether this exists in J or not. And this operation is taking O of m time. Since J is of type string and the query time in string is, we can say query time in string will be O of m. So can we optimize this query time? If we can optimize this query time from O of m to O of 1, then our total complexity will be O of n cross 1, or we can simply write O of n. So how can we do this? If we convert our string into set, since in set query time is O of 1. So now what we can do, we can take an empty set. Let's name this empty set as Jewel set is equal to set. Now what we will do, we add all the values or all the jewels that are in J to our jewel set. How we will add all these? We will write for J in capital J. So this will iterate all the jewels. And what are our jewels? Our jewels are R, A, and A. So we will write jewel set dot add J. So after running this, we will have a set names jewel set, and the value will be A and A. Now our rest of the program will be same. What we will do, we'll use count variable, and now we will iterate over all the stones. So we can say for C in S, if C in Jewel set. If C in Jewel set, what we will do, we will increase the count by count plus is equal to 1, and then finally we will return the value of count. What is different here? This will remain same, O of n, the time complexity for iterating over all the stones, but the query time, whether this stone C exists in Jewel set or not, now will be O of 1 only. So the total runtime will be O of n cross 1, or we can say O of n only. So one more time is that we are adding here is for this. We are creating a set and adding all the elements in J. So this will take around O of m. So we can also say that the total runtime is O of n plus m for the complete algorithm. Thank you. Please do subscribe to get the notification for the next video that will be on the next problem on May LeetCoding challenge. Thanks.